Hello everyone, how you doing? Thanks so much for waiting. I know we're starting a couple of minutes late today, but I am ready to get straight into the action. So let's bring the game up. Honestly, I've been thinking about this game all day. It's really got itself truly lodged in my brain at the moment. I want to warm up with some mini games. We didn't really do that yesterday in the traditional way. We looked at some of the big name games. So let's have a look at what's in the game blender today. So we haven't yet unlocked the next characters games. And I think it's because we're still just shy of 20 on the 9-volt one. So let's give it a go. See if we can reach 20 today. I'm sure I'll have my bad first game, but let's see how we do. We had plenty of practice at these ones now, so hopefully it will set us in good stead for getting 20. This is a tight gap today. There we go. Still trying to think what this song is. Yeah. Okay, so 2 jumps and then a timed jump. I love Ice Climbers. It's kind of a bad game, but I really like it. That one's still got me. Red, green. Look at this, it's weird. It's Mario Paint inside WarioWare D.I.Y. Okay, looking good. Boing, boing. Okay, here we go. Come on! Oh, so close. That is no trouble at all. Ow. Got 1 life to make it to 20. Odds aren't looking good, but I've just gotta believe. Oh, not this one again. 3 of the small flies too. Tough. Give it another go. That was a nice moment of rest, actually, compared to the others. And this one too now, actually, that I've got the feel for it. Oh, especially when we've got an easy route like this. Okay. Speed up. Oh yeah, we didn't get this one last time. Surprisingly tricky sometimes, actually. Oof, I almost missed the one on the left. Okay. Somebody can explain that one to me. I mean, it looks so obvious, but I I think there's an additional timer for maybe how long you're stood on the turtle's back that gets me. For some reason, jump, comma, man, exclamation mark makes me laugh every time. Very good. Punch! Beautiful. Okay, let's do this. Oh no! I totally clicked that! Bam! Yeah. I will never not lose a life to that one, apparently. Oh wow, this is a new one. Oh, and I failed on it. So the worms, or whatever they were crawling left and right to the sunflowers, and I needed to get over there and zap them, but I didn't realize what I needed to click. Darn. 1 point away from the high score, the 20-point threshold. Alright, one more go. In fact, you know what I should do first? I'm gonna go into that Game & Watch one and specifically figure it out. Work out what I'm doing wrong. So, if I stay on one, the fish comes up and the turtle falls. If I jump... So is it just beyond whichever one the fish is on last? Hey, I don't know what this... Oh! Oh! Stupid. Okay, just get across. Ugh. Can't believe that one threw me for so long. Where's the... yeah, so the greenhouse one. Yeah, easy. Okay. I feel so equipped now to go into this blender and absolutely smash the 20-point threshold. It's eluded me for so long. Oh, we haven't had this one today either. I really like the music on that one. Ooh, I almost missed the paint bucket there. The range on that attack is actually slightly shorter than it appears. Okay, we know exactly what we're doing on this one. Easy. I can't believe how much trouble we had. Okay, this one still requires a degree of skill I do not possess. Oh, sorry, I was taking a quick mouthful of my drink there. Okay, we just wait for him to lower his guard. Come on, bouncing back and forth here. Great, last one. Oh, got it. At least you've got as long as you need for that. Oh look! Oh, I was so excited to see Excitebike. I put the Excite into Excitebike and then immediately died. Ooh, too early. Oh no! Oh, have I blown it? Oh. That one normally doesn't pose a challenge, but I was obviously feeling the pressure there. Look at baby Mario there. Oh, nice. Okay. We had to duck under the hazard and then grab the, what was it, the missile or whatever Samus was getting there. So we've now blown past the 20-point threshold that we were stuck for so long behind. Mostly because of this ugly game. Still don't feel great about this one. I kind of got a little bit lucky. Ah, there we go. Easy. Starting to get a little bit quicker now. Oops. Ah, I punched too soon. Ooh, very close. Almost threw him in the water there. Oh, this one is no chance. It was so fast. Here we go. Big jump. Nice. Ooh. Oh. Not bad. 39's a very respectable score. Wish it was 40, but hey, what are you gonna do? Great. Happy with that. Let's go to the dojo. With these dudes. So there was this one, Technique 12, that we looked at maybe 2 days ago. And was it yesterday? I can't remember. Either way, it seemed like it should be a very, very easy solution. we need to make it so that when the car is tapped and the signal is green, it moves. However, it seemed to stump me. Weirdly. I don't know what was going on. So right now, traffic light will change. Nothing will happen with the car. We go into the car's AI. We want to... Well, so first of all, it should go even before we've set up the on green condition. But even if we change this to, like, tap. Oh, we can't change it to anywhere on the stage. Yeah, so right now we've got when car is tapped, but nothing. Don't know why. I don't know. Part of me thinks it might be a bug with the emulation, weirdly. I don't know why that of all things would have broken and nothing else. But it should move. Obviously it's not going to meet the condition of this challenge, but it doesn't even move. So we want it to be watching for the switch here. I think it's when switch is on, but I'll double check now. Yeah, turn switch on. So we should now be able to click it. But we've got nothing. I might sort of carefully, without getting spoilers for later ones, because I really don't want to see the solutions. It would ruin, ruin the fun of it. But I do just want to see if there's a video of somebody completing this. Because it just seems to not be functioning how it should. I'm going to pull up a window now. I'll flick us over to this screen if I find anything relevant. So, WarioWare, D.I.Y, Assembly Dojo. Okay, so there is a video here. I'm going to mute it until I find the correct one. Okay, so these are earlier ones. We've done these. Okay, I found it. So if I turn on the... What do I do with the... Oh, hang on one sec. Just the scene a little bit. Labs. Okay, so scrub back a tiny bit here. So this should be the one. So when car is tapped, we're going to go to switch, yeah. Or the traffic light, switch on. Yep. So we were definitely doing it right. The car just doesn't move for us. Look, this is exactly what we have. Change it to when... Ah! Oh no! Okay, well, at least it's done. So for all my yapping, it was me. So I'm just going back through. Both last time we played this and this time, when I went to set the switch trigger, I always left it on switch turns on. Now we actually wanted the switch is on trigger because switch is on is going to constantly observe for when the switch is in the on position. And because we can press it any time after the switch is on, we need it to constantly observe for that. So that it's going to be doing that observation while we tap, and if both of those conditions are met, it's going to surge. It's going to drive. Damn. Okay, well, we've done it at least. Ugh. That one doesn't feel great. But it's done at least. So let's have a read at what the notes say. If you only make a tap-based trigger, the car will take off as soon as it's tapped. Yep, which would obviously not meet the conditions of the challenge. To keep that from happening, you need to add the condition that the light has turned green, or in other words, that the traffic light switch is on. In this traffic signal problem, you wouldn't want to use switch turns on, since that trigger would only be active at that instant, and the car wouldn't move when it's tapped. Yeah, who would want to use switch turns on? Alright, that feels good. That little blemish on our track record didn't feel right to me. Let's move on to technique 16. Pick any one. Allow the game to be won, even if only the object. If only one object is tapped. Allow the game to be won, even if only one object is tapped. Okay. The condition for winning is for one of 3 squares tapped. That means any one of them can be tapped to win. So we're setting the win conditions for this one. Let's see what happens. Okay, so we can tap the squares. Let's take a look at their AI. Oh, okay, this is easy. So we just need 3 separate conditions. Switch is on. 4 switches on. 4 switches on. I think that should be it. Okay, that works. Reset it. That works. That works. Perfect. That was a quick and easy solution there. Tap all 3 to win. Tap any one of the 3 to win. You see the difference between these 2 sentences, right? Of course. To require that all conditions are met to win, monitor all switches using AND in one condition. Yep, so they're going to all sit within one win condition because they all must be met in order to win. However, on the other hand, to require that any one of the several conditions is satisfied to win, monitor each switch using a different win condition. The difference is very important. Yes, it is. Nice, we're on to the final... Oh no, we're not. No. I was getting ahead of myself. We're on the 3rd row of techniques here. Technique 17. Count to 4. Make the object disappear when tapped 4 times. Removing an object when it's tapped is easy, but can you make the square vanish after a certain number of taps? Okay, so right now we've got a square that counts down to 1, and its switch state doesn't change. We don't have any win conditions, and we only have one object. So let's have a look through the AI kind of methodically, work out what's already in here. So at the start of the game, it's going to set the art to palette 4. Then, when the square is tapped, and while art is set to 4, change the art to 3. And I presume the next one will be basically the same, except for 3 and 2, and 2 to 1. We've got an extra one here, which is when square is tapped, and so we're going to change that to art is 1. Then we're going to go down, and we've already got the jump to action in here, which is perfect. That would have been the next step, but they've helpfully filled that in for us. Let's give it a try. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gone. Beautiful. This game, I mean, that challenge was incredibly simple. Or the outcome of that game was incredibly simple, but you could see how potentially you could get yourself into a bit of a mess with that setup, because you are having to set 2 conditions, both that a tap has been triggered or sensed, and that the artwork is correct. Because I think maybe maybe the simple thing that you would try and do would just be, oh, have it when you tap it 3 times, but there's no function for if it's tapped 3 times. So there has to be another state change there that can be monitored and then, then changed for the next one. Because once you've tapped it once and it's 4 and it changes to 3, you're now having to monitor for 3 and changing to 2. It's a surprisingly clever way of doing it. Anyway. Have you ever wanted to make an object do something after being tapped multiple times? If so, you'll appreciate this simple technique. You can change the art every time the object is tapped. All you have to do is check the art type to know how many times it's been tapped. Does that mean you can only tap as many times as there are types? Not quite. By using combinations of other objects and switches, you can detect more taps. Give it a try sometime. Okay, so let's say we had 4 art types, or maybe for this simple example, we've got 2 art types. So what could we do? We could have it so that when you tap and it's 1, it switches to 2. And then I suppose you could have it so that when it's 2 and the switch is on, then it can be, another one. That might work. Oh, hey, Lucky, how are you doing? He says, why the thumbnail? I thought it was a 2-hour video on Trojan virus with that thumbnail. It's a panel of the comic from the horrific mangaka in this. I don't know, I just felt like it. But yes, it does have big Trojan virus energy. We're just going through the techniques at the moment. We finally completed this one, although I'm sad to say I was so convinced that it was broken, possibly because of the emulation, that I looked up the solution. So I don't feel great about it. But the other 2, or other 3, have been easy. Let's have a look at technique 18. Don't touch. Allow the game to be won if nothing is tapped. The game will be lost if the button is pressed. But how do we make it so the player wins? By waiting until the very end. Ooh, so this is kind of an inverse version of the games, where not doing anything is the solution. So right now, we don't have a win condition, but we do have the lose condition set. So that's all good there. I'm gonna have to change something in this AI, I think. So at the beginning of the game, set art to normal, locate in the middle. When button is tapped, end game in loss. Change art to be pushed. That's interesting. I couldn't find... I totally wanted to do an end game when lost in the UFO game yesterday, but I couldn't see this one. I might need to go back and look at that again. Anyway, change art to pushed, play switch sound effect, play screen sound effect, activate freeze. So it's just going to be time, isn't it? I think. Let's wait it out. Let the little man travel all the way across. Was that a win? I didn't even see. It went so fast. Yeah, great. I think that's it. Perfect. By default, games will automatically be counted as lost if the player does nothing for the duration of the game. So you have to create an AI if you want to let the player win by doing nothing. To be able to win, you have to set a win condition, of course. And to satisfy the win condition, you have to turn on a switch. If you need to create an object whose switch turns on, or you need to create an object whose switch turns on when you do nothing. So when will you know if the player has done nothing? At the end of the game, of course. All you have to do is make an object whose switch turns on when time reaches the end. As long as the game has not lost, as long as the game is not lost before it reaches the end, it should count as a win. Cool. Okay. Let's do one more of these. Once and done. That's going to be ours. Make a button that can only be tapped once. Let's make a button that lights up red and ding dong when tapped. And let's make sure it doesn't respond to any more taps. Israt1234 in the chat says, have you ever looked at view sample? No, that's a good question. I'm guessing it's showing us what the game should do. Yeah. So in case we need a reference for the correct outcome. I also have only just really paid attention to how important the edit here is, so we know specifically what object and which trigger we want to change. Maybe if I'd looked at that sample, it would have given me a little bit more confidence that the car challenge, whatever it was, 15 or whatever, was actually working correctly in the emulator. So we're going to set something here. I think it's just going to be when the button is tapped and the switch is off. Because then we've got turn button switch on, which will prevent this trigger from being triggered again. I think. Great. Oh, if this is correct, that was possibly the fastest solution we've had so far. You often have cases where you want an object to respond to the first tap, but not to any further taps. So how exactly do we do that? It's hard to write AI that deliberately says not to respond to any taps after the first. On the other hand, it's easy to create AI for the exact opposite. More specifically, AI that says to respond only to the first tap. Yep. Yeah, so it's basically saying don't try and figure out a way to say don't respond after one tap. Keep it simple and have it only respond to the first tap. How do you detect if a tap is the first tap or not? Well, let's focus on how we can tell the difference between the first and second taps. In this case, pay attention to how the first tap serves as a trigger for turning the switch on. In addition to the tap-based trigger, we add a switch condition to the trigger so that we can tell that if the switch is off, it's the first tap. If the switch is on, it's the second tap. suppose that could say second, third, fourth, anything, because after the first, it's no longer going to be able to be tapped again. As long as we create AI that executes an action only when the switch is off, we guarantee that it only responds to the first tap. Great. Alright, one more. I know I said that was the last of these, but that was so fast, doesn't really count. Technique 20, make a button that can't be tapped in rapid succession. Okay, there's a button that doesn't pop back up when it's pressed. So it'd be weird if it could be pressed again, right? We're going to edit the button AI action 1. So I think this is probably going to be about the art state, isn't it? We don't want it to be clickable while it's in like the depressed state. So right now it's not doing any sort of animation. Okay, yeah, so when button is tapped and the art is set to normal, change the art to pushed. Ooh, we don't want it to loop though. Ooh. Wait. I need to see the next. Does it just play once? Probably just play once. Nice. Cool. And we could change the length of that by changing how fast that animation plays. So if we set it to very fast, it would only be depressed for a shorter span of time, which would mean we'd be able to click it again sooner. Very neat. Great. Sometimes you may want to make an object that can't be tapped in a rapid-fire fashion. Fortunately, the AI is actually quite easy to make. All we need to do is take advantage of the time it takes for an art to finish playing, animating. The key to doing this is the art for when the button has been pressed. It turns out that there is a reason to create 4 copies of the same cell. As long as the same image is being displayed, the player will never know that the art is actually being animated. All you need to do then is wait for the art to finish playing, then switch to the art for the button that is non-press state. By the way, if you want to change animation characteristics of the art that has finished playing, replaying, or changing animation speed, you'll need to set it again by using change art. Yeah, so we can go back in and tweak those, I guess is what it's saying there. Nice, alright. Let's finish up in the dojo. I kind of want to just have a quick peek at the games we've made before, because we talked yesterday about changing up the Free Jeff game a little bit. Now we've learned more. And we've got our kind of sequel to that. But do I want to do that, or do I want to make a new one today? I'm kind of interested in so there's a couple of little things I want to try out, which I could totally do in this Jeff game, because we already had an idea suggested by a viewer yesterday for how we could integrate this. So the thing I want to try is have it so that at the beginning of each game, the object that is required to win is randomized, because we haven't had a game like that so far. Here this is just tapping the correct thing. Here it's tapping all 3 of the things. Here it's tapping it multiple times. And here it's just tapping it once. So it would be a nice fresh challenge. But maybe we start afresh to do that. Yeah, that feels right. Okay, let's call it random. We'll always change this, but it's a good reminder of what we're doing today. I'm not going to make a background yet. I'm going to have a think of what sort of game I want. I think I'm going to do another Deep Space Adventures themed one this time. And we've had a couple of Jeff games, which are great, but I think I want to do a Harrison game. For those who don't know, that's a character from Deep Space Adventures who is a cleaner on the spaceship in the story. So maybe the game could be he receives word, he receives a message over like the tannoy saying what he needs to clean. And that randomizes every time. Maybe there's 3 different options. And we have to complete that task to win the game. So maybe the first time it will say mopping, or will there be a symbol of a mop? The next time it might say plunging the toilet, and the third time it might say like dusting. I don't know. We can finesse those when we get to it, but that seems to make sense to me. So let's just write toot here. Harrison, that's his Tootalifies his channel name. And I guess we kind of want to go I guess we kind of want a big cell for him. So I'm going to call this first one Wait, because I think we're going to start him in a kind of idle position. And I'm just going to draw a thing here for us to reference. I should probably fix that. A thing here for us to reference in our AI. And we'll finesse it later, because I think the AI will be the most challenging part of this build, potentially. Look at his engorged head here. Alright, cool. That's Wait. And then we'll have, let's call this Toilet. So then on this one he would be doing whatever he's doing in order to clean the toilet or plunge the toilet. I'm not giving myself space to finish this. Okay. Let's call this one Mop. So this one will be exactly what it sounds like. There's the mop. Obviously we'll come back and make these all lovely. And yeah, I can't really think what he should be doing on this one. Oh, okay, what, like cleaning the window? Let's call it window. Couldn't find the end there. Alright, so be like standing away from us and scrubbing the window. His legs have been so squashed in every single one of these. Great. Alright, so there are 4 very placeholder states. And we'll need a speech bubble. So let's call it command. And this... Is this going to give us enough room? Yeah, I think if we're going to do it in a kind of image-based way rather than using words, let's call this blank. I'm not 100% sure on the specifics of how we'll get this bit going yet, so I'm going to hedge my bets a little bit. So if it was like a spiky speech bubble, okay, so I'm probably not actually going to need one that's blank. So actually, let's use this as mop. So in this speech bubble, there'll be a mop, which again, we'll draw nicer next time. So let's edit the name to mop. Mop bubble. We're not going to quite fit it in, so let's just go like that. Good enough. So let's copy this over to here, edit it. And this will be toilet. Very crudely draw a toilet now. Again, all of these will be cleaned up. Will be the nicest things you've ever seen, I'm sure, by the end. And but and then copy this for one last one, which will be the windows. Okay. I think I'm going to go for like round porthole windows. But maybe for the diagram, we're going to have to go square so it's as clear as possible for this tiny little sprite we have here. I mean, either way, I don't want to spend long on these assets because they're really just tests. Got our weird Windows Windows 95 logo there. Oh, cool. All right. So now, in our background, we're just going to make a very quick space that is like a window, a toilet, and maybe like a puddle. Okay. So let's get straight into the assembly, because this is what I'm maybe a little bit nervous about, and that's why I've gone the route of drawing very ugly versions of the art for now. So for this, we want to start in the wait condition at a particular point, which will be down here. And we want to leave that for now. We want to go on to the command. At a location. Here. Right, so immediately, I think... We need to go into... Okay, right, hang on. So first of all, we need to change that location, because at the start we don't want it on the screen. And then after a certain amount of time, for now let's put 2, 1. You're going to trigger travel, and it's going to jump to a location, which is here. So let's just give that a go. Yep. So that's probably coming through a little bit soon. So I'll probably retime that slightly. But if you don't see what's happening here, we've got our 3 areas we're going to set as triggers in the background just by setting volumes around them, which the player will have to tap. So in this example, it's started with the mop, so they would need to tap the puddle. Our player object would go over and animate on that section, and that would be a win. However, we're going to also set it so that if they tap one of the wrong ones, it's a lose. So we've got a lot of work to do in the AI, in the scripting here. First things first is to set it so that it randomizes the art that's displayed. So we're going to do that in here. Or a way that we can do this. Ah, okay, right. So the way that we're probably going to need to do it is put all of the different... Ooh. So what I was going to say there was what we're going to need to do is put all of the different frames with the different things, like the mop, the toilet, and the window, and have them cycling while it's off screen. Then when it jumps, have it stop. But then you can't have it... you can't have... We've seen before that you can't have it monitor a different frame of an animation, only the different palettes. So... Ooh, this is tricky. Isarat in the chat says, did you know that 6 of the 16-point size objects fits perfectly within the screen? People use them to create another screen since you can't change the background at any point. That's a really great bit of info, thank you. I suppose that's similar to what I did with the Jailbreak game, if you've seen it, where I created a background layer and a foreground full frame layer. Except I didn't realize that the 16-point size objects fit perfectly, so there's a bit of a weirdness with the overlap, but it worked out in the end. But knowing that is really, really great. So I'm basically stumbling at the first hurdle here. I can't figure out how to set it so it randomly displays one of the three artworks. I feel like we've done this before. Totally feel like we've... We want it to change, but we don't want to... Because here it's asking us to set one, but I don't want to set one. It's not going to be a trigger, is it? So instead of having the artwork change, do I need to split them out into 3 separate objects? With which one of those could randomly appear? What is my randomly going to be in this situation though? I'm sure that this is doable. Let's go into graphics and copy this and this and then go in and delete. Okay, let's just... It's an example, so you know this is not the final art, so let's just redraw. That's our toilet now. And edit name. I really hope I haven't bitten off more than I can chew with this one. I mean, it will be... Kind of knew it was going to be tough to work out the logic for. I think what I might need to do, if it doesn't become apparent now that I've split them into 3, I might need to go into the assembly dojo and see whichever one it was that I was thinking of. Let's do the AI for the other 2 now. Okay. Yeah, so I think it's going to be like this. I think it's going to be... add an action, turn the switch on for this object. And instead of being 2, 1, it's going to be when a random time between this period, 1, 1 to 2, 2, is reached. And we're going to finish that in a moment, but we need to do it for the next two. So again, changing it to randomly between here and here. And turn switch on. Okay, I've got it. I'm pretty sure this is it. And finally for this one, randomly 6 times, and add an action. Wait. Yeah, totally. Add an action switch. Okay, so this isn't gonna really work yet, because it's gonna just randomly throw all 3 out at once. But what it's doing is it's turning the switches on as they appear and not before. So now if we go into the first one and we also say add a trigger, switch, the 2 is off and switch, the 3 is off, that means it will only come out during that randomized period as long as the other 2 haven't. So let's do it again for this one and add trigger, say switch for mop is off, and switch for object 3 is off. Great, one more to go. Oh, fingers crossed this works. I feel like it should. Switch for 1 is off. Add trigger, switch 2 is off. Alright, fingers crossed. That time it was the window. That time it was the window. That time it was the mop. That time it was the toilet. Yes, okay. It's ugly as hell. It's basic as hell. But the first part of the challenge is done. So now we have a randomized pop-up. So the next part of the challenge, I think, if the logic that I have in my head works, the next part will be slightly easier. We are just going to set these up as volumes that are only clickable when the relevant switch is on. That seems easy enough. I have realized that I've done them as background objects and I should have done them as actors. So let's just go in and change that. Again, none of this super matters, but it makes it easier to understand what's going on if we get it looking a little bit okay, so just for the sake of making it look a little bit more legible, let's get this background drawn a little nicer. And let's make our objects. So we had toilet. Oh, hang on. Let's start with the puddle because I think that was the first command. Not that it matters, but it will make it slightly easier to follow, I think. It's only going to have one state, so let's just put pud. And then let's draw a wiggly puddle. Okay. Next one. This one is a toilet. It's gonna have to be a 9-pointer again, I think. We'll come back and make these slightly less horrific looking. What's left? The window. Okay. Using the Wario style window drawing there. So this will be these are the final art, so it doesn't really matter. Go in and set the AI for these. Puddle at location. Down here. Good for now. Toilet. At location. Point. Oh yeah, exactly there. Fine. And last but not least, window. Over here. Or yeah, okay. Let's set it over here and move the location of the speech bubbles to above the character when it's in idle. It will only take a second. Jump to let's go in and do it for the other two. And last but not least, jump to perfect. Okay. All right, so let's start with one of these and get this logic down. So if we do the puddle, when this is tapped and the switch for the mop is on, switch for this turns on. Okay. We're gonna have to keep resetting this till we get the mop. Wow, that's a lot of windows in a row. Come on, give us mop. Giving us everything but mop. Why? There we go. Great. Eh? Oh yeah, great. Cool. But not very exciting, but it's working. So let's go to the man and do mop. Location point here. Oops. Oh, what am I doing? Not what I wanted to do at all. Sorry about that. Brain went on autopilot a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I won. So when the switch is on, when the switch turns on, then travel goes straight from the current location to a specific location fastest, and switch your art to mop. Nice. So we haven't done the for these two, but that's the basis of our game. Let's send our man to the front rather than the back. You love to see it. Okay. Give me 2 minutes to just grab a drink. I will be back as soon as possible. Just for a bit of text up on the screen so people know where I've gone. Yeah, so when I come back, we can carry on doing that. Back in 2 mins. That's very big. Okay. Alright, back in 2 minutes. Catch you shortly. Hello everyone, I'm back. Thanks for waiting. Got myself a tea. Okay, so we got our first of 3 options working last time. Let's do it for the next 2. So kind of got to remind myself already what I did. When Puddle is tapped and when the command switch for the Puddle on, so object, and when switch for toilet is on, switch on, right? Yeah, because that's going to be our win condition at the end. So now we're going to go in here and say when toilet switch turns on, travel goes straight to a current from the current location to a specific location. Here, fast. Add action, art, change, the toilet. Great. So that's working. Did I choose fastest before for the Puddle, or fast? Chose fastest, okay. Let's change the toilet to fastest as well. I did think it looked fairly slow. And that's not what I meant to do at all. Fastest, there we go. Okay, so let's do the last one. Switch. When switch for the window turns on, travel, go straight from the current location to a specific location and change art. We're gonna have to change the window art quite a bit, I think, when we do it properly. Okay, so which one is it? Window.
Oh, no.
Ooh. Why is window not working? What did I not do for... Oh yes, of course, I didn't do the switch for window. So when window switch is on, switch. Is that it? Is it the... Oh yes, we need the tapped command as well. And it is... Is it going to matter that this order's different? Probably not, but let's just... There we go. Great. And if we intentionally click the wrong one, nothing happens. Awesome. So our win conditions for this will be very simple. I believe we just want to set them to when the switches are on. Yeah, I think so. So when the puddle is on, that's one condition. When toilet is on, ooh, sorry, I just dragged the window slightly there. When window is on. Great, let's give it a try.
Yahoo!
Yes, it's going
Yahoo!
swimmingly. Great, 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 great. All right, okay. What's the first thing I want to do? Probably remake the background so it's not quite so jank. Let's do that first. So let's no need to completely erase everything just yet. Let's use this reference point where they converge so that we can keep the general positioning pretty much the same. Let's get rid of all this because we're going to make a nice straight line. With the line tool. And let's start here and drag. Feels right to me. And then let's do the same here. And that's almost perfect anyway, but let's just do it to be sure. Great. And let's do it on the last side here. There's a little stray blob over there. Notice that. Nice. So let's do this. Where's the right spot to put it? Probably there. Maybe a little lower. Looks good. Okay, so now we do need to decide whether this is what we're keeping on the ground. I quite like it. It's nice and simple. It will make the objects that you actually need to click stand out a little bit more, I think. Let's go in and fill these straggly bits here. I actually think we've got one or two tiny ones down here to do. Yeah, bet you didn't see those. Nobody would. Let's do this. And this. What? There we go. So pretty plain looking background, but deliberately sloped. So all right, that's looking good to me. Let's do our objects. I'm not happy with this one at all. I think I want to well, when I say at all, I guess I mean this top half looks weird. So let's try bringing it out a bit here for one last. Okay, looking a bit better. What looks? Why does this look wrong to me? We just want to kind of widen it out here on the front edge. Don't want it too square though. This is exactly what it's looking like right now. Okay, let's just start from scratch with this one. Let's use a couple of overlapping circle tools to see if that helps us. Yeah, that don't look too bad. Let's get a nice line around that. I'm going to use the two pixel wide pencil for all of the objects that you can interact with on this one. I'm going to lose us some detailing here, but my reasoning for it is that I really want those objects to stand out from the background. I'm just going to tweak this front edge a little bit. Okay. Does this at all look like a puddle of water? Not happy with that one, honestly. Not the greatest, but I'm not going to fixate on it for now. I'm going to do the window next because it really desperately needs improving. Let's get rid of the entire thing. Let's go for our 2-line thickness circle. Really maximize space here. Hey, the frogs in chat. Mini games, you say? Oh yeah, we got fresh mini games today. We are using the latest cutting-edge minigame tech. I'll show you in a short second. Ah. Okay, so I just remembered something. I had a plan for this window. I want to use that space background, but it's primarily black and our outlines are black, so I'm going to... not that. I'm going to see if I can get a kind of inner window going. I wish there was a way to easily center these. That's still off. That's okay, that's close enough. Yeah, so let's just go for a solid gray for now. Here, we can tweak it a little bit later. What do I want that inside edge to be so we don't kind of lose the detail? we fill this light grey... Less than ideal to go around and do each one of these, but that's alright. How's everyone in chat? How was your day? I'm gonna be here for a minute, so good time to get a sense of how everyone's doing. There we go. It's pretty good. Yeah, liking that. Oh, the other thing I was thinking was maybe there should be 2 frames for this one. So once it's completely done, I'm going to tweak it a little bit so that we have like a visibly dirty frame. Which maybe I can extend to all the other assets as well. So the other objects have 2 frames, one before they've been clicked and one for after they've been clicked. Nice. I love a productive Friday. Oh, I said I was going to show you what we're doing. I'll go back, hang on. So we've got another Deep Space Adventures theme game today. We've got lots of placeholder assets for the moment, so don't let it distract you too much. But we've finished the basic part of the AI, and my challenge to myself was to have a mini game where the objective changed every round randomly. So I'll turn the switch viewer on so you can see what's happening. Yes, it is a toilet. It's not for using, it's for cleaning though. You'll see shortly. So if we press play, you will receive a command, which this one is window. You click it, and character moves over and cleans the window. It's window again. So it's a random chance, so sometimes you do get the same one in a row. That one's toilet. So I'll run over and clean the toilet. If you... Weird, we're not getting the puddle. I think that's just random though. We're not getting... There we go, there's the puddle. So all of that's working, including the win conditions. And if you click the one that it isn't, so that's toilet, nothing will happen right now. So you don't necessarily lose, but you just get timed out. For a quick minute, I got a bit confused about how I was going to do this random thing, but the way that I worked it out in the end was there is a randomized period of time at the beginning of the game where one of those can spawn, and once one of them spawned, the others won't. And once that one has spawned, the switch will be on, meaning that the object that it's associated with can then be clicked. So it's a bit of a kind of domino effect. But I'm just in the process of going through and redrawing all of the assets so they don't look like trash. I kind of don't hate this toilet. I mean, it looks terrible. But I don't hate it. What I might do is add a new cell, turn onion skinning on, and kind of work with that as the framework here a little bit. Going for a truly HD toilet experience here. Not looking great. Maybe a bit too wide at the back. What am I doing? Yeah, I think it was too wide. Frog in chat says, I never want to hear the term HD toilet experience ever again. Well, get used to it, because that's what this is going to be. I've kind of been looking at this for so long that I've forgotten what a toilet would even look like at this point. Which is probably a sign that I should wrap up this particular round of drawing. Come on. There we go. Sure, that'll do for now. Oh yeah, I set them to 2 different. I set it to 2 frames. Delete this one. Yeah. Okay. So that's all 3 of our main assets redrawn now. We have to get to our character. Do I want to do him next? Yeah, probably. Because I probably want to leave these as they are for now until I've finalized everything else, so that these can accurately reflect what the final things look like. I don't think we need to leave him as a reference. He's a little bit basic. I don't think he's going to help us out too much. Let's get ahead. This is going to be Legendary Cleaner to Talify. He's going to be doing the hard work here. And this is going to be his waiting pose. So let's think about what we want. Face. First of all. Get that classic eyebrow action up in here. I'll come back and tidy up his face a little bit. Sure. I need to center him up. I feel like this game is going to have the most art passes of any of the games we've drawn so far. I think he kind of needs to be hands on hip waiting here. I can see already that I've left myself very little room for his legs, so let's prioritize those. Let's maybe even go kind of tapping foot. Okay. That'll do us for now. Okay. This is more than a little bit messy, but conscious of the time, and I want to get this looking a little bit presentable before the end of the stream. What's going on with his nose here? And just for funsies, let's do the foot tap animation to remind ourselves, because it might be tomorrow that we actually animate him properly. So it'll be nice to have that there as a bit of a reference for, oh yeah, that's what we were doing, kind of thing. Oops. Just a normal foot on the ground. That's definitely not a lot longer and a lot bigger than the other foot. Perfect. See what that looks like? Nice. Not bad. Communicates. That's the most important thing. Do the same for these. Start from fresh. Yeah, it's funny. This is like we had our proof of concept versions of each of these things. Now we're having like our first rough pass. It's going to be a little while before we get to the final design, I think. We're plunging a toilet. How would you hold it? think probably... Annoying, it's too close to the edge. Just gonna have to freehand it. Okay, I'd actually like to kind of widen out that, but I'm going to have to shift the whole canvas over to do that. So let's leave it for now. Get hands. Kind of a little bit more sideways on than I intended. Might not work. Oh, he's going to have to be fully on his knees as well, I think, in order to fit. Oh, he's so hunchback. Okay, well, gives us the gist a little bit better than the last one did. Get an ear. Do his big eye. He's gonna be very unhappy looking here, I suppose. Has his hair in a ponytail. Only sensible when you're cleaning, I suppose. Did I do this one for his hair? Definitely did this one for the body. Whoops, we've got... beak here. Okay, cool, cool, cool. What color that would be? Probably the same. Okay. And we're probably going to need 2 frames of animation on this when we eventually do it properly. And that will be the plunger being moved up and down, I suppose. So let's select the plunger and do one where it's higher. Don't need to worry about the arms right now. They'll be easy enough to fix. We kind of want to do a little bit of pulling these ones down. As well as a little bit of bringing these ones up a little bit earlier. So, angle them. Okay, let's see that animate. Yeah, close enough. What have we got time for? We've probably got time to do 2 more of these in their basic form. So let's move quickly but clear this out. Draw a head. Wait, hang on. Which one is this? Okay, it's the mop, alright. So that's gonna be this. And then it's gonna be this. Wow, that's more than I anticipated. And then it's gonna be hands on this. And it's gonna be, again, very short legs, just don't especially have the room. Probably reclaim a little bit from the top there. Fine, we can just say it's a stylistic choice. Oh, it looks like a hand. Ugh. Probably could have used the existing drawing for this one. Because the quality of these is rapidly deteriorating. Oh, you know what? I promised that we'd look at some adverts, some commercials today, so I'll leave this here. For now, so we can end the stream with looking at some of these WarioWare commercials. They're very funny, or at least they were to me. Let's have a look at what we've got so far. Okay, window.
Okay.
The one that we haven't yet drawn at all. Window again. Perfect. Oh, come on, give us something that we've drawn. I'm gonna have to go into assembly to see it.
Yahoo!
There we go.
Yahoo! Wahaha! Okay. Okay.
Heavy preference for window here by the looks.
Okay.
Can we see toilet, please?
Yahoo! Okay. Okay. Okay.
Hello? Yeah, there we go. Oh, look at that, perfect. Great. That is a great start. Let's save it. Let's quit out of this. And let's look at the videos I've got ready for us. I'm going to pause this so we don't hear it in the background. And I'm going to open up browser window. Okay, so we've got two to look at. The first one is the American advert. I can probably scale this up for you a little bit. Okay. And it definitely screams of late 2000s video game advert, which is exactly what it is, so of course it would.
I don't know how my little brother does it. I mean, how does he come up with this stuff? These WarioWare DIY micro games he put together are great. Fun, challenging, creative. I mean, he's in the other room right now making some more. For some reason, Our mom won't let him play WarioWare DIY at home anymore.
Look at this jerk.
I'm not really sure why.
You've got the inspiration, now make the games. Choose or design the graphics, music, and gameplay. Then play and trade your WarioWare-style microgame creations with your friends. Plus, with WarioWare DIY Showcase, you can take your games to the big screen with your Wii console. WarioWare DIY, only from Nintendo, and only for these Nintendo systems.
So that's our first one. It's kind of nice that you get to see little bits of the game creation, but it's just... It's got such a very, you know, it's a very particular vibe to it that it made me laugh a lot. I mean, this is just ridiculous. It's probably an indication that it was quite a successful advert. I also kind of love the games that they show off. They're so ugly, but that's the true WarioWare DIY experience. That one's using the 9-volt micro game element. I love this one here. I didn't realize before, but I guess he's throwing it at a cockroach. That's the pizza one, you throw the pizza in the mouth. Yeah, there's either a spider or a cockroach on the ceiling here. And I think to succeed, you have to time the ice cream splat. But look at this house. It's so grim. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's the first one. Now we've got the UK commercial. And this one isn't as funny. It's kind of cool because you get to hear Wario talking for so long. But it's the thing that Wario says at the end, which is why I picked it out.
Forget Goody Two-Shoes Mario. Join me, the almighty Wario, in 90 of my craziest minigames yet. Get ready to squish flies, squirt eyes, skewer meat, and stamp feet as you go from milking cows 1 second to picking noses the next. This time, I must show you how to make a minigames of your own. WarioWare DIY, out Friday at Tesco.
So I think this may be the only time Wario has ever said Tesco. I kind of just want a soundbite of Wario saying Tesco.
WarioWare DIY, out Friday at Tesco.
Tesco! This one maybe does a better job at capturing the vibe of the game. It's got less of that sort of attitude of the other one. But it doesn't show any homemade one. That's 9 volts, that's like Mona's games. That's the first tutorial. So it doesn't really communicate the biggest thing of this one. It just looks like another WarioWare game. But it kind of wins by default because of this.
DIY, out Friday at Tesco.
Tesco! Alright. Well, just wanted to show you those. They made me laugh earlier today. I think that'll do us for today. Thank you very, very much for joining as always. I'm so glad we made quite a bit of progress on our slightly more challenging one. Hey Pastel, oh no, we're just finishing. Today we made a brand new game. In fact, I'll just very quickly show you. It's still under construction. But we set ourselves a challenge of having a mini game where the objective is randomized each time. So artwork is placeholder for the time being, but here it's saying click the toilet. Give us toilet again, but typically it's giving us the same one each time. Hang on, let me go back so we can see it a little bit more clearly. Window. Window. Oh, of course, it's giving us the same one. There we go, toilet. So there's 3 different objectives you can have each time. Yeah, that's the new game that's under construction. And we just finished watching some WarioWare ads. Alright, thank you very much everyone. I will see you again next time. I hope you have a great rest of the day. Please give the video a like if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.